have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones. All right, this is the Talk Beat Jones, and once again, I am Billy E. Jones, and I want to thank you for joining us. Remember, the Talk Beat Jones, we come on the air every Wednesday. That's right, we come on the air every Wednesday live. I want to be able to see you there, so that we come on every Wednesday live from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. Also, there's a broadcast on Sundays from 4 to 5 p.m. on 15.2. Of course, if you're watching, or tell your friends that they have that Roku box, they can watch us, of course, right about now. And you can go to the R.J. Watkins page, not the black one, not the black symbols, but the red symbols. And you can watch us live as we're speaking, as we talk right now. And you'll see telephone numbers so that if you want to, you can join us and talk live, ask questions, etc. But today, I'm totally excited because we're back with Dr. Watson right now. We're back with Dr. Watson, Dr. Jeffrey Watkins, the, boy, I tell you, the MD, that is the great person who cares about you, who loves you, and is willing to put his time on hold to come to you on TV 33 WHPR on the Billy Jones Talk Beat Jones show. And we'll be answering questions as we move along through the year, through this time period, as well as you being able to send your questions to Dr. Watson so that he will be able to answer your questions over the airways. You'll send those questions to me, my email. Write this down and pass, and please share it. BJ46978 at gmail.com. So you'll send questions about your health and your concerns, or things that you've heard about the medical society that you have questions about. Dr. Watson will be able to answer those questions for you live. He'll personalize it so it fits you. But you got to be watching, because we have him here with us today, and I'm not going to hold him up any further. I'm going to let Dr. Watson come on in, Dr. Jeffrey Watson come on in, and tell you what the program is going to be about today. Dr. Watson, are you there?
I'm here, Billy.
Yes, he's there. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time they may be watching you. Yes, I said whatever time they may be watching you, because some people going to watch you in the morning, some people going to watch you in the evening, some people going to watch you late night, some people going to watch you early in the morning. So whatever time they're watching us, we're happy, and we hope that they share this information that you're going to give us today, Doc. Go right ahead, sir.
Okay. First of all, I want to give condolences to the family of Jesse Jackson, one of our great leaders in the community, particularly for civil rights. And he had a neurologic disorder similar to Parkinson's disease, but he did a lot of things in life which I think were really wonderful, and we need to keep doing. And it's interesting that this happened during Black History Month.
We're gonna turn the volume up a little bit more so I can hear you a little clearly out here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Just a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting that.
Thank you.
We acknowledge him during Black History Month, and as you know, he was a good friend of Martin Luther King. So we're thankful for Reverend Jesse Jackson. He did a lot of things in healthcare, too. He supported unions for nurses, which we know is one of the most important things for healthcare, is to have nurses that can take care of us.
Yes.
So he supported those unions. And one thing that happened in the civil rights movement was, Martin Luther King and the civil rights movement moved to economic support. It wasn't just being able to vote. It wasn't just issues of racism. It was also being equal economically. So he moved to that venue, and he came to California supporting Local 250, the nurses at Summit Hospital. I didn't ever get a chance to meet him, but certainly respect what he has done.
Well,
now, during this month, Billy, I just wanted to talk about some black doctors.
So, Doc, we're going to do a reflection on a Black History Month, February, and also while you're doing it, can you also reflect upon why, there's so many theories as to why, out of all the months, the shortest month in the year is Black History?
Well, political. Every month should be Black History Month, not just one short month. It should all be Black History Month. And there is so much that our young people don't know about.
And Doc, also, let me do this real quickly. Also, upon our wonderful, great engineer, Mr. Timmy Tim, we're going to make sure that the folks get a chance to see you. So upon his own volition, when he wants to bring your picture on the screen, because we have some pictures of you, and we want to make sure that the folks be able to see the man behind the voice and know that you are Dr. Jeffrey Watson, so that people don't think that I have somebody faking it. Okay? So Tim will be bringing your picture in and out, so people will know exactly there you are. You got a wonderful picture there with the gold background, etc. And you're looking wonderful. Whee!
Well, Billy, I'm from Oakland and grew up here in Oakland. Went to the Oakland Public Schools. Went to Skyline High School.
Okay.
And Tom Hanks was in my class.
The great actor.
Great actor.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I went to University of California at Davis.
Well, Steph Curry, the greatest shooter in the NBA's history, Steph Curry, is from your same school.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I was the only African American to become accepted into medical school from UC Davis in 1978.
Yes.
Because of a case called the Bakke case.
Yes.
The Bakke case. So that went to the Supreme Court, and they called it reverse discrimination because they wanted to try to accept minorities at an equal level to the state population. So if there was 8% blacks in the state, they felt that there should be 8% blacks in the medical school. The Bakke case trickled down to Proposition 209 in California, which ended affirmative action. It ended affirmative action. So that made it very difficult. And so a lot of people still, particularly young people, don't know some of the history of medicine. And so today I wanted to just give you just a brief history of medicine. When I graduated from medical school at Vanderbilt, they made us read an oath called the Hippocratic Oath. And the Hippocratic Oath was related to Hippocrates, which if you go to medical school nowadays, they will tell you that Hippocrates was the father of medicine. On this month and during the time of civil rights and Black history, I want you to know that the father of medicine was a gentleman, a doctor, a polygenius, an architect, an author of the first textbook of medicine.
What was that?
What was that? Imhotep.
What was that first word? Poly what?
Polygenius.
What
he was a genius about many things.
Ah.
He was an architect. He built and designed the pyramids in Egypt.
Okay, Dr. Watson. Yes.
He was a mathematician,
Mm-hmm.
and he invented many tools for healthcare.
Okay.
And he wrote a book on papyrus paper. And it was the first textbook of medicine.
Okay. Okay.
And so Hippocrates from Greece came to Egypt and met Imhotep. I-M-H-O-T-T-E-P. He met Imhotep.
Yes.
And he copied his works. And then he went back to Greece and presented those works. And previously, healthcare was kind of magical. It was kind of spiritual. But Imhotep turned it from magic into science.
Okay.
And so one of the greatest scientists of ever. Okay.
Does that mean that he put in the research? When you say turned into science, does that mean that he went through the process of being able to document through research?
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
He did research. He invented surgical tools. He wrote the first textbook of medicine.
Okay.
On papyrus paper. So, yes, he was a brilliant man. And if you look him up, if you Google him, there are many statues of him.
Mm-hmm.
And people have tried to recreate his image. But, you know, one thing that made me kind of upset was there was a horror movie, and they made the bad person in the movie, they gave him the name of Imhotep. So young people who have no idea about this great person
Mm-hmm.
thought he was a monster.
Wow.
Because that's what he was in the movie.
Okay.
Imhotep. You remember which movie I'm talking about?
Not really per se.
Yeah, it was a movie in which they uncovered a mummy, and the Egyptian mummy became an evil figure.
Okay.
So young people who knew, and they called him Imhotep.
Okay.
And so young people who never knew who Imhotep was thought that he was an evil mummy that came from Egypt.
Okay. Well, Doc, can you bring us a date? Like I said, this is Black History. Can you bring us a date closer to where we are? Some of our folks, Black folk who have gone on to be with the ancestors, but accomplished some wonderful, great things that we as Black folks should know about. Some of those folks, please.
Yes. One is the great Charles Drew. And during World War II, Charles Drew had to go to Canada to medical school because they didn't allow him to go to the white medical schools in the U.S.
Okay.
He did research on blood banking. And so Charles R. Drew helped people, those bags of blood that you see,
Yes.
the people in the hospital get,
Yes.
and they're saved. He developed that process of saving blood. Now, they did make a medical school in his honor in Los Angeles
Okay.
called the Charles R. Drew School of Medicine, and it's associated with the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA.
Right. Right.
He also, if you had come to my office, you would see the picture on the wall where he was the dean at Howard University over my father, Dr. James A. Watson.
Yes. Great man.
So he was one of the teachers of Dr. James A. Watson.
Mm-hmm.
And then that leads me to another great man,
Yes.
Dr. James A. Watson.
Sounds
My
familiar.
He was from Norfolk, Virginia, and because they would not allow him to go to the University of Virginia,
Yes.
he went to Hampton Institute and Virginia State College,
Okay.
and then graduated from medical school at Howard University
Wow. Okay.
in Washington, D.C., where he became also, like Charles R. Drew, he became a professor of medicine there. And not only a brilliant man, but a very, very kind person.
And Doc,
And so,
I want to do this. And not to stay with it, I just want to make a comment on Dr. Drew for the folks to know historically wise. Would you tell the folks in shorthand what happened to Dr. Drew that is so ironical, please?
well, the story is that he was driving in the South to give some lectures, and he had a motor vehicle accident. He was taken to the closest hospital, which was a white hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And because it was a white hospital, as the story goes, he was refused the blood transfusion.
Yes. Yes.
Now, here he is, the one who invented blood banking to assist with blood transfusions. And at the White Hospital, he was refused a blood transfusion, and he died.
That's true. So we wanted the folks to know that part. But another thing, Doc, you just mentioned your father and yourself. I want to do this because I want to show how Black history works for us. You and your father noted that Black men was not having the rectal exams. Can you tell us how and why you and your father created a system that drew Black men to the time that you and your father would offer these exams for all men, especially Black men, and you had a creative way to give us an incentive to come get our tests? Can you give us some backdrop on that, please?
So, and let me just say, to make it clear, that was a test for prostate cancer.
Yes.
That was what we call the digital rectal exam for prostate cancer.
Yes, sir.
And you can also be tested by a blood test called the prostate specific antigen, or PSA. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
My brother, James A. Watson Jr.,
Wonderful actor.
is a wonderful actor, and he worked for a gentleman named Michael Milken, who was a billionaire. And Michael Milken developed prostate cancer.
Mm.
And so what he wanted to do was he wanted more men to get tested for prostate cancer.
Yes.
So he went to the American Baseball League and to the National Football League and he started a men's prostate cancer day. And so if you wanted to come to the baseball game, you could come for free if you got a prostate test.
Okay. Okay.
So he invented that. So then we brought that to Soulbeat in Oakland,
Yes.
where you were,
Yes.
and I got with Raymond Chester, tight end.
The great
For the
tight
Oakland.
end. The great tight
Yeah.
end, Raymond Chester. Yes, sir.
Great tight end. I hope he gets into
Oakland
the Hall
Raiders.
of Fame.
Yes.
And Fred Biletnikoff.
Oh man, Mr. Glue himself.
Yeah.
He created
Yeah,
that sticky stuff they used on their gloves.
Right. And Fred had prostate cancer.
Okay.
So I got with them and our nonprofit called Preventive Care Pathways. We did prostate cancer screening at Soul Beach with Dr. John Floyd. And we had Raymond Chester, we had you, we had Pfizer donated us Viagra.
Yes.
And if you came and got tested,
yes.
you got 3 Viagra pills.
Yes. Yes.
There was a line around the block.
Because folks have to remember that this Viagra was coming out publicly at that time. And the doc, when he came and had them cases of Viagra and told us if we come and get our exams, we're going to get that Viagra. And you had lines and lines of folk coming to get our exams.
And guess what? We diagnosed some prostate cancer.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
It wasn't just a game. We diagnosed several cases of prostate cancer, and then we directed them to the great Dr. Frank Staggers,
yes,
who is a urologist in Oakland, and Dr. Frank Staggers had become the president of the National Medical Association, which is the association of all black doctors in the United States.
And Doctor,
So,
because of time constraint on this particular situation, before we go to commercial break, I also want to put in the fact that you and your father also made arrangements to have another date in which for coming to get our exams, that we received tickets to the Oakland Raider football games.
oh yes, we that was not a one-time deal.
Yes.
We've done that at all the major churches, at Axel Gospel, the Gospel Center of Hope,
Yes.
Soul Beat.
Yes. Soulbeat Television.
And we had more people come on those days than any other hospital that was going to offer free prostate cancer testing. So we've done that for years.
And before we go to the commercial break, would you give us the scenario with Dr. Sadler?
Yeah, Dr. Sadler the daddy was a dentist.
Okay.
And the daddy was on Sacramento Street in Oakland.
Okay.
And he had become very well known. And like me, his son, Dr. Philip Sadler,
Yes.
took over his practice as a dentist.
Yes.
And he still has the same building. He still has the same office. So one of the things historically in Oakland is we tried to pass the baton.
Yes.
And so, and then when we talk about Dr. Staggers, who was a urologist, his daughter became, and son became doctors.
Okay.
And his daughter became chief of pediatrics at Children's Hospital.
Right, right.
And his son also a physician. So, we've passed the baton, and we have to keep doing that. We have to keep doing that. And
yes.
It's just a blessing to be able to talk about it.
And what was the attorney, the big guy? I mean, got the big position for the United States government as a doctor.
Yeah, there were two, and the attorney generals, and the first was Jocelyn Elder.
Okay, yes.
Jocelyn Elders, and she was the first black woman to become the Surgeon General.
Yes.
Now she was outspoken, and it was during the late '80s, early '90s when Clinton was president, and of course we know he was not a saint.
Yes,
but a lot of people tried to say he was the first black president, but he wasn't. But anyway, Jocelyn Elders.
We got 1 minute, Doc. Got 1 minute.
Okay.
Go ahead, please.
She said, if you masturbate, you won't get AIDS. And she also said that we shouldn't be sending black men to jail for marijuana.
That's right. That's right.
So look where we are now.
Well, where we are right now, Doc, is we're going to take a commercial break. And hey, Doc, I've got a gift for you coming on the second half of the program. I've got a gift for the world. Keeping in touch with you, Doc. Some ladies going to come on, and they have some stories to talk and tell you and explain how you can do things greater for your family members as well as other folks that you may know or folks that you know of. And Doc, then they potentially may have some questions for you, or you may have some insights that you can share with them on the second half of the Talk Beat Jones. I am Billy Jones. I have Dr. Henry Jeffrey Watson, MD, on the air with us. If you stay with me, we'll be back after these commercial announcements. Remember, we're on the air every Wednesday from 10 to 11, also on a Sunday from 4 to 5 p.m. on 15.2. We'll see you shortly. This is the Talk Beat Jones.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. If you're behind on your property taxes, we have programs to help. You don't have to lose your house, and you don't have to pay all at once. This summer, our mobile unit will be visiting Wayne County communities to help make it easier to start a payment plan and keep your property. Go online or call to find the plan that's right for you and where you can get help from our mobile unit. The last thing I want is for anyone to lose their property to foreclosure. Make your payments every month and keep your property.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
Hi, this is Billy E. Jones, Talk Beat Jones. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on WHPR TV 33 Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Justice for Mario Willis. Truth. Facts. Evidence. Matter. Log into justiceformariowillis.com. Read for yourself.
Muscles, joints, or feet tired, achy, or distressed? Tried everything? Ringmaster Rubbing Oil is a vintage topical pain reliever, trusted for over 70 years, with a rich formula for the treatment of stubborn aches and pains. Packaged in a glass bottle for purity, our liquid can also be used in warm water for foot soaks and compresses. A little goes a long way. Try our time-tested formula, available in several sizes.
Make a donation to WHPR TV and receive 2 2-ounce bottles of Ringmaster Rubbing Oil for $25. Call 313-868-6612.
Arrested? You have the right to remain silent. Everything you say can and will be held against you. Don't talk to the police. Talk to me first, Attorney Warren E. McAlpine from the Action Attorney Center. I know the law and I know your rights. Whether felony, misdemeanor, drug, OWI, domestic violence, or traffic violation, I can help you. Call today, Warren E. McAlpine, 1-888-292-6908.
Have you ever wanted your own TV show? Have you dreamed of showcasing your talent for the world to see? Well, now you can. Have your own TV show. You can have your own 30-minute show. Not only will you be seen in the Detroit area, but you can be viewed worldwide. For more information, call 313-868-6612. Visit our studios and receive a free TV interview to promote your business, church, or organization by appointment only.
313watkins.com. Streaming on Roku.
You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones. All right, this is the Talk Beat Jones once again, and I am Billy E. Jones, and this is the Talk Beat Jones. And remember, we're on the air every Wednesday from 10 a.m. until 11. Please share the program. Also, we come on Sundays from 4 to 5 p.m. on station 15.2. As I mentioned before, you can watch us on the Roku box and other live streaming devices. You can also go to the R.J. Watkins page. Now, that comes up, one will come up with the black. You don't want that one. Just tap it in the search engine again. Tap it, it says R.J., it'll come back red. That's it. You can watch us just like we're doing right now. The ladies are watching it live on their phones right now. And like I said, we go around the world, and I don't be kidding, don't be joking, it's for real. And also you can go to the YouTube, TV33 on demand within a couple of days. And from that point on, 365 days out of the year for years and years and years until there are no more years, you'll be able to go back and pick up the shows, okay? So ladies, would you come on the air with me and introduce yourself and take a moment after your introduction and tell us individually, why are you here to talk to folks today?
Go ahead. I'm Dr. Ratanji Kendricks Bailey with Hezekiah Kids. I am an advocate for autism. I'm an advocate mom, and I do advocacy in the community.
Okay. And
I am
that
April.
Microphone.
I am April J. Chambers of Worthy Chambers Community Services. We're a nonprofit 501c advocating for Down syndrome, autism, and other cognitive impairment in the city of Detroit.
And Doctor, you have some interesting conversations or interesting events coming up. Can you talk to them about, please?
So it was placed on my heart to do a citywide 313 mental health summit. We're going to bring the community together to talk to them about people that live with disabilities, caregivers, and the mental health issues that we have in the city of Detroit. So I co-partner with Worthy Chambers and another young man, Andre Thornhill, of the Jordan D. Foundation. And that is a foundation where we deal with grieving parents. So as you can see, I am an autism mom. April is a caregiver of a sibling that's living with a disability. So we thought we could come together with the community to make them aware that mental health is very important within the city of Detroit.
Can you give us an age in terms of your family member?
My son, he is 20 years old now. Mm-hmm. He's living with autism, and he has learned to matriculate through that system and to live a successful life.
Okay, and April?
My brother, he has Down syndrome, my brother, and he is 47.
Okay. And can you articulate some of the growing up scenarios that you've encountered or you dealt with, Doc?
Well, my son...
I call her Doc because I can't say her last name.
My son, he was nonverbal. He was a runner, and it was very challenging for me to even be out in public with him. But I learned,
when you say he's a runner, what does that mean?
He used to be a runner, so at any given time, if he didn't like the atmosphere, he would take off and run.
Okay.
He may run out the door. He may run into the street. Just anywhere to take him out of that atmosphere.
So you had to be aware at all times.
With gym shoes on.
Okay. Okay, so you learned how to be fast.
Yes.
Okay. And April, would you give us a little touch of your situation as well?
As a sibling growing up, we're 1 year apart. So with my mother, she has always taught us he can do it. He's just going to do it in his own time. You have to develop patience and understanding. So anything that we did growing up, he did too. It was not leaving him behind because he learned differently. It was to have the patience to show him how to do it, and how he did it was different from how we did it because we learned differently.
Yes.
So that's always been the ultimate goal for me with the advocacy, to, get parents to relax a little bit more, to invest a little bit more trust and faith that their child, their young adult, has the capabilities of being better than what statistics have quoted. So
tell us, would you tell us your name again? Because I can't.
It's Dr. Ratanji Kendricks Bailey.
Okay, Dr. Bailey. Is that, can I do it that way?
Yes.
Okay. In terms of wanting to share the understanding that folk have to learn in dealing with children, young adults, can you tell us how you developed your methods, please?
My methods were, I wanted to bring resources to the community because they learn a little bit differently. And as my son has gotten older, I thought it was beneficial for me to bring that awareness to the community, because you may see him, he may look cognitive, but when you have a conversation with him, he's not grasping the information like you may think it. So you can, law enforcement may take that as him being defiant.
And they have killed actually folk with that situation because they did not understand that they had a condition. Is that somewhat true?
Yes, it is. And people, they tell me, I get this a lot, well, he looks normal. I said, well, then hold a conversation with him, and you'll see the deficiencies that he have. So looking at my son, he stands 6'2".
Wow.
So you may look at him as just being a Afro-American normal black male that's being defiant, but he's not actually grasping what you're saying or comprehending what you're saying.
Which makes it dangerous for him.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's also dangerous for me as being a mom.
Yes. Yes.
Because that may put me in a situation.
April, tell us about your situation and what techniques or what style that you want folks to understand.
With anyone with cognitive impairments or any abnormalities, you have to reinforce with them the structure that they need to be functional and thrive in society. Not the hideaway, not the keeping them at home, not keeping them at bay constantly, because you're not going to be here forever. So it's teaching them and getting them to understand in their way how to function, how to be orderly, how to conduct themselves in society, so they understand stop, they understand to be calm. But even in the police department, they have developed an understanding of what they need, because there are individuals in society that quote unquote look normal, but the cognitive is not there. The cognition is not there. So
I was wondering, got two beautiful mothers here.
Nope, sister.
She's a sister.
I am a mother, but
my
brother
and
has
sister.
Down syndrome.
See,
yes.
just like you did that. Now, what I'd like to know is, your family member has a status, a situation that's different from this young lady. Can you tell us the difference between your brother's condition and how it differentiates? I'll let her give us how it differentiates, somewhat, so that people understand that we're not talking about the same condition, family. We're talking about two different circumstances, okay? So let's remember that, please, Dr. Bailey.
I'm a mom, so my standpoint will be different from April's. As a guy, his brain does not connect the way I think it should connect. So a lot of times he's not thinking like he's 20, but now I've gotten him to the point he probably functions as a 15-year-old. But he's there. He's getting there. He's understanding life skills. He's understanding how to cope. So I still have to be cognitive of what he's doing in the public, how he's reacted, and how he's communicating. And I'm teaching him to communicate effectively, to stand there, because he's kind of impatient, and to wait to get the understanding what needs to be understood.
And I'm happy that you brought him today. Okay. And April?
Well, being that my brother has Down syndrome, that has to deal with him being born with an extra chromosome.
Okay.
So the trisomy chromosome is the extra chromosome that affects his cognition. It affects the way that he has a similar look with anyone else that has Down syndrome. How he learns is through repetition. He's able to learn. It's just the different stature of his learning. So hands-on, he's absolutely amazing. He's able to do, tinker with electronics, lawn service. He does well. He cooks well. So he's self-sufficient. It's just the learning aspect of mathematics, money management, and those type of things are relatively the kind of difference is he has an extra chromosome that caused the disability or difference, as I call it.
Now, with the challenges and the beauty of dealing with your circumstances, can you give us your outlook on life and what God has presented to you and how you're dealing with that and your internal feelings, please?
It was a journey for me.
Come on
It
to Mike.
was a journey for me. It was very hard, and I think the way I have taken this on is my test has become a testimony for others. They can see my blue journey and know that there's hope at the end of the channel. We just have to put the work into it. We just have to make sure that we have the resources available for the families and let them know that the work needs to be done.
And as you go through, I'll come to you in just a moment, April, as you go through life and you're putting out these seminars, these meetings, etc., have folks spoken to you about what they've learned, how to make their lives greater, better in dealing with their family member or friends?
So this will be my 8th year doing this. I think the people that attend the fairs, they are happy and blessed that I bring professionals that are actually working in the field, that actually have knowledge and license and degree in this area, and they have the experience.
Okay.
So that we have the resources, so when they leave my events, they have resources that they can fall back on.
And is there some form, do they stay in touch with you, or is there another, just a referral that they can come to another event, or do they get personal with you at times?
They can be personal with me. I have a group on Facebook called Hezekiah Kids, where I put in a lot of resources. I do referrals, and I have built partnerships with other agencies that I can refer them out to.
Okay, April?
With myself, the way that God has blessed me is with patience and being able to effectively communicate with others with my organization. It's more so getting the parents to understand to relax and understand that your child, your young adult, has the capabilities to thrive if you're not so afraid. And fear bounds a lot of parents for allowing, or caregivers allowing their young adult, the ability to grow and experience things like any other normal child. Some of their experiences are held back because the parent or caregiver is uncertain and unsure.
Okay.
As myself, as a sibling, I never encountered that because my mother and my father did not allow us to hide him or make him feel different. The difference was the way he learned.
So, so it is that within the family, it is the viewpoint of the family as to how they go about respecting the understanding of what this child is going through and how that child is brought up through the family bond.
Right.
Because as you say, some folks want to hide the child, put the child away, etc. You were taught to love.
Yes.
And how did that affect you in terms of moving forward in your personal life?
In my personal life, it's different for me because growing up, my godparents both are blind. So
Interesting.
I got a view very early to look at life different.
Okay.
So I thank God for the opportunity that he blessed me to be in that environment, because I don't look at everything like everyone else does.
Yes.
I don't have the same judgments and critical observations of oh, that person looks different, so treat them different. If you didn't have eyes, you couldn't see.
Right.
So I can't go by that because your eyes are deceptive. They will change your view of people.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
for
interesting.
me, with just being in my organization and allowing people, all walks of life, to come in, that's why we have Down syndrome, we have autism, we have other cognitive impairments, to blend together also with other individuals who don't have any impairments.
Okay.
Is to show that they can grow and thrive together.
Okay. Tell me, each of you, are there any seminars or events coming up that the public should be invited to or be aware of, or is there any contact information that we should give out for the people who may be involved and been frustrated, pulling their hair out and didn't know what's going on, how to deal, and just feel like, oh me, oh my, oh God, why me? Please.
So collectively, we have come together, Worthy Chambers and Hezekiah Kids and the Jordan D. Foundation have come together to do a mental health summit citywide. I felt the need. I felt it was time to educate the parents. And me being a mom, I have a different take from April. She was a sibling. So my son, his siblings, they had April's insight. Mom, he's not different. He's going to go out and play with us. Where I was overprotective because I was just in mom mode. But we are having this 3-on-3 citywide mental health summit. It's going to take place March 8th. Veteran networking will be from 3 to 4. The panel will start promptly at 4. The first panel will be from 4 to 5. The second panel will be from 4:15 to 5 from 5 to 6. And we will have questions. We'll have vendors on site, and we'll have licensed professionals to come out to give their insight and to be a help. And you can use them as a reference at a later date.
April, give us your insights in terms of that particular program or something that you may have scheduled for yourself separately.
Okay, so as she said, with us working together, I'm going to be there to assist and navigate through the program, ask questions, answer. It's like a Q&A, also to give exposure to the community for what both of us are doing. Myself, because I am a Down syndrome advocate, the month of March is March 21st is World Down Syndrome Day. So from March 1st to the 21st, we do a hats off to Down syndrome, Worthy Chambers Community Services, where we wear different hats to honor anyone with Down syndrome. On March 22nd, we do a bowling fundraiser in the city of Detroit at Garden Bowl, which is on Woodward. In the month of April, we're hosting a autism fashion show at the Collective, and that's something that Dr. Vertangi and I are doing together with our organizations as well as at the Collective.
I would like to publicly extend the offer to have you both back for that event, to publicize that event. Okay. Dr. Watson.
Yes, sir.
Have you been able to listen to what these ladies are saying or watch it on R.J. Watkins' page?
Yes, I have. I'm very impressed with their work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And what you've had to go through with your family. And I think there are a lot of families that are going through issues related to mental illness, physical illness, disabilities, but they don't want to talk about it.
Yes.
So for you to be brave and come up, I'm honored.
Thank you.
Is there any particular, in your brain of listening to them, is there any other type of thoughts that you would bring to the community, to the world, in terms of understanding this disease or this situation? I shouldn't say disease.
Nope, because you can't catch it.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I caught myself. I realized.
You can't catch it.
Yeah. So, Doc, would you help us understand from a medical perspective how this situation has affected the beauty, because all of those children who are affected, they have beauty about them. Can you talk about that for a moment, Dr. Watson?
Well, there's some consideration that these things have genetic involvement, as you've heard, the extra X chromosome in Down syndrome. But also in autism, there's some concern that there may be environmental toxins. There may be some genetic abnormalities. Our government is trying to say that vaccines are associated with autism, which I don't know that there's any proof of that.
Yes.
And then when you ask the question, is it something that came from the mom or from the dad? There is some research that, at least in autism, there may be a genetic issue with the dad, actually.
Okay.
So, we just don't know what's going to happen, but these ladies are bold and intelligent and are doing some things that I think is just important for our community, particularly, African Americans don't want to admit certain things.
Yes, Dr. Watson.
As a matter of fact, they might want to hide it by self-medicating.
When you say self-medicating, Doc, when you say self-medicating, I'm sorry to speak over you, but when you say self-medicating, would you give us a few examples of how folks would self-medicate themselves?
Well, with alcohol, with cocaine, with marijuana, with different things out there that they might think.
Ladies just said pills.
Pills, overeating.
Well, yeah, go ahead and help him with that, please.
Yeah, overeating, just trying to devise a plan of escape because they don't want to deal with it. So that's another criteria that we talk about in order to be able to assist them with having the tenacity to deal with what's in front of you, because when they pass away, they haven't equipped their young adult or child with
that worry,
with a substance of where are they going to go.
Right.
They become a ward of the state.
Yes,
and that's nothing anyone wants, in my opinion, because that's just my
when
opinion.
we're saying that this person is a cocaine addict or a marijuana addict or pill addict or whatever, it may not have been that was their social choice. It was their choice to try to deaden.
It's a coping.
It's a coping thing, and they're just always coping because they have that feeling that they can never let go. Is that somewhat?
That's
because
true.
I see that Sherry Shepherd on her show puts it out there so that it's a release for her. People don't understand it's a release for her to talk about Jeffrey, her son, who has a situation that these ladies are speaking of. So that's her coping mechanism. Would you say that?
I think a lot of times it becomes from depression.
Michael.
Because a lot of parents, they're in their homes with their kids, and they may not want you to know exactly what they're going through with their kids. So you become depressed. You can't always attend functions because you have to think about the caregiving of your child, of yourself. You may just need a break or downtime. So we have a lot of instances of depression within the Afro-American community because we do mask mental health. We do keep it in the closet.
Okay. Dr. Watson?
Yes, sir.
So I was just wondering.
I agree with what they're saying, and there's not enough African American mental health providers to help us with these issues, and some of them, Down syndrome can also have physical complications, cardiovascular complications, and other types of things. So, it's a complex situation in both of those. And I think it's excellent that they are educating people about these things, because you've always heard me say, if you knew better, you could do better.
You do better.
You know, you did a perfect ending with that as we're about to close out the segment here, Doc. But I want the folks to understand and see that we have Dr. Henry Jeffrey Watson here on the Talk Beat Jones show, something that you won't find nowhere else per se. But we have not somebody who is just pretending that they care about you. This man actually loves you and is here for you. So for my television audience, my streaming audience, and whatever you may have any type of way of watching the program, I want you to know that you are too invited to pick up your phone and call us when Dr. Watson is on the phone. And you have a question, you have a problem, you have a situation, and you want him to personalize it for you with his Health Beat approach. We have the man with love, compassion, and talent, and the ability to relate to you, Dr. Henry Jeffrey Watson, on the Talk Beat show. We're here every Wednesday from 10 to 11, and we'll have sometimes Dr. Watson totally by himself. Sometimes, as today, we'll have him to also be with other people who will come on the program as well. So you want to make sure you pass the word, share this program with the other folk, let them know that this show is not just a passe show. This is the Talk Beat Jones show. And the Talk Beat is that everybody has their own beat. That's what we do. So ladies, would you give them a close out, please?
Make sure you attend the Mental Health Summit. It's going to be at the Union Millhouse Train on Grand River 96, March 8th from 3 to 6.
Okay, April?
And just subscribe to Worthy Chambers Community Services Incorporated. You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram, and just look up for the upcoming events. Like March is World Down Syndrome Day, March 21st. So just get down with us for what we have coming up as far as Down syndrome, autism. Just be more aware.
Okay. And Doc, give us your Health Beat goodbye statement.
Well, for these wonderful ladies and for Billy Jones,
Thank
I
you,
just
sir.
want to remind everybody that your health is your wealth.
Yes.
And when you have your health, you have everything.
All right, Doctor. We love you so very much, and we appreciate you spending this precious time talking to the world and letting them know that they'll have your expertise to try to help them overcome their ills, their fact that they have some illnesses, situations that's going on with them, their friends, or their family. They have read or been told some things that's incorrect. They can ask that question, get it understood from the man himself. Not just the myth, but the man himself, Dr. Henry Jeffrey Watson, Oakland, California, formerly with us with the Soul Beat television program. What we always say is Soul Beat, we're family for life. The man back here, Mr. Timmy Tim, Soul Beat Television. I am Billy Jones, formerly with the program called Night Talk Jones, as well as Jonesercise. Doc, we love you, we appreciate you, and we look forward to having you back with us next Wednesday, okay?
I love you all, and God bless.
Thank you,
Keep
Doc.
doing the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doc. Okay. And with that, family, we want to let you know real quickly that remember, the Talk Beat Jones, we're on the air each Wednesday from 10 to 11 a.m. And also we come on the air on Sundays from 4 to 5 p.m. on 15.2. We love you. We want you to share the program because remember, you ain't seen nothing about my journey yet. We just getting started. Love you, family. Bye now.
You don't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones, and I